Amina Shareef, who's a researcher on Islamophobia at the University of Cambridge. Amina, welcome to the program. The World Football governing body, FIFA, says it's fine to wear a hijab on the pitch, that it makes no difference to safety, and that you can wear one if you want to. So is this Islamophobia in France?
Thank you for having me. I think it is definitely Islamophobia. And I think what is crucial is that we understand this recent French hijab ban in sport competitions in relation to the broader French state project of cracking down on so-called Islamist separatism. Islamist separatism, as we know, according to French President Emmanuel Macron, in his speech delivered in October 2020, is this so-called parallel order that threatens the dominance of the French Republican order. And he offers evidence of this parallel order in communal sport, in homeschooling, in requests for halal meat, and so on and so forth. So we know that this threat of Islamist separatism has been targeted by the French state in this counter-separatism offensive, which has led to the closure of mosques, civil society organizations, and there was even attempts to ban the hijab wearing in the public by females under the age of 18. So what I'm arguing is that we need to understand this recent hijab ban in sport competitions in this broader counter-separatism space. But more importantly, the logic that is sort of underlying this project. We know that the official line in this counter-separatism project is that it's about reinforcing Republican values and laïcité that are supposedly being threatened by this competing value system of Islam. And what this narrative does is that it draws on the clash of civilizations, which is this view of Islam in the West as in conflict on the basis of cultural, oppositional cultural values. And what is important to note is that the clash of civilizations is this explanatory framework that is used to narrate two things. One, the war on terror, and two, Western Muslim integration failures. And so the French narrative of Islamist separatism, it conceptually brings together the problem of terrorism with the problem of Muslim integration, and the figure of the Muslim citizen with the figure of the terrorist. So what does this logic mean then in relation to the hijab ban in sport competitions? In simple terms, it means the French state has taken the hijab in public space as a practice of Islamist separatism. And it means the French state has taken the hijab in public space as a political act of rejecting Republican values.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at so many religions, I mean, literally more than a dozen at least, in which women in particular have some kind of headgear, whether it covers the whole head or part of the head. And it's not even ethnic minority religions. The Amish in the United States, who are quite clearly white, Amish women have something on their head as well. There was a recent survey done here in the United Kingdom, literally just about a week ago, and it found that people have the most negative opinion of Islam compared to any other religion. And I don't know if that's the case in France, but considering they're both Northern European countries, they both have those same sort of Western liberal democratic values. Does this ban on hijab in competitive sport have something to do with the president, the way he's trying to present himself to the people of the country before he seeks re-election this year?
Absolutely. I certainly agree with you. I absolutely believe that we need to see this ban as appealing to the far right. Indeed, its rationale is one and the same. So the logic of the official narrative of Islamist separatism, it paints this image of an internal Islamic enemy that is at the brink of sort of toppling the French legal and secular order. And this is an image that has been drawn upon by the far right, who propagate theories of white genocide or replacement of white Western civilizational culture by Islamic culture. So banning the hijab definitely can be understood as a move that appeals to the far right's concern of an Islamic takeover, And there's compelling reasons to believe that such a ban aims to appeal to certain segments of the French electorate in the upcoming presidential elections.
Amina, thank you so much for your time. Very much appreciated. Amina Shareef.
Thank you.